Good morning, everyone. My hair is drying. Sorry, it's a little wet and wild. While people are tuning in, because we only have 10 people who have tuned in already, our regulars of Jack and Daryl and Haffy, our moderator. Jack is also a moderator, but he's only going to be on for 15 minutes today. Jack is our resident meteorologist. He's been keeping me apprised of all of the fires in California and in Los Angeles County. I am coming to you live from Santa Monica in my apartment. And good morning. Brian is here. And now we have 18 people. So let me know who's there. And please say, hi, I'm Sally from Kansas. Wherever you're writing from, I'd love to know. While people are tuning in, because this will be replayed for other people later, I'm going to get all of my shout outs and news. First shout outs and then news out of the way. And then we can talk about what you want to talk about. So I just got a notification that I'm on live. What do you know? 8 o'clock, and I got the notification. So hopefully other people will too. I want to give a shout out to Lisa G, who is a new subscriber to latebloomershow.com. And that is my website that I have had since the beginning, 2012. And in the beginning, I would go out in the garden because I'm a photographer and focused more on still photography. I would go out in the garden and capture images of bugs and mildew and beautiful things and tomatoes and whatever was beautiful when the sun was coming up in the morning. And I would publish a lot of blogs. So those still exist on my website. There is a free ebook of 18 pages that if you just put in your email address in that form that you'll see that pops up, you put in the email address and confirm it, and then you can get the email with a free download of that book, which I wrote way back then, but it's still relevant because it's for beginners. And it's like, these are the things you really need to know to get started. And what a great time to start if you haven't started already. Right now is the absolute best time that you could choose to start growing your own food and taking charge of your food security. There couldn't be a more critical time or better time. So that's Lisa G. Sharon Horvat has been checking out I wonder if I should close that window. Hold on. I got some feedback that it was a little noisy from traffic on my last live stream. I kind of get used to it, and it's been so hot. I've wanted to keep the windows open. Sharon Horvat is a wonderful subscriber who has been repeatedly checking out my Young Living website. I'm a distributor for Young Living essential oils. I have been using essential oils from Young Living for over a decade at least. And today I always have an oil try to always have an oil for my live streams. Today is longevity. And boy, do I have a reason why this is so important. But I just want to caution you because some essential oils are hot. And you think, oh, it smells great. Let me just dab that on. Now, you really need to know what's in a blend. This is a blend. This is not a single oil. And you really need to know what's in it because some oils are hot. And I have made the mistake myself more than once of burning my skin. Not horribly, but, And I did that this morning. I grabbed longevity and what I usually do is just throw it behind my ears and on my wrists, just so I can breathe it in. And right now, both of my diffusers that I've had for over a decade are not working. I've got to get a new one. So, but longevity happens to have thyme in it. And thyme and oregano and basil. Let me see if there's anything else. Thyme, oregano, and basil. You wouldn't think, you use them in the kitchen. They're wonderful herbs. They are very hot oils. And it looks like it's gone now. It was red before. And but this is a very earthy oil, and I just wanted to read, for example, what's in it: thyme, orange, clove, frankincense, and geranium. So you've got this very earthy, powerful herb, but a little bit sweet with orange and clove. Orange and geranium, sorry. Okay, actually cloves are sweet too, really. You put clove spices in desserts and it gives a sweetness to it. Or if you put clove in, what is the Indian spice blend that I made in one of those videos? If anyone is Indian, please write me and let me know what that is. I know I've got probably a lot of comments. Everyone, good morning, Rose. Good morning, Dawn. Good morning, Charlene. Where are you writing from? Good morning, Denise, Beatrice. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Beatrice. No, not curry. Let's see, but thanks for guessing. Let's see. And curry is a blend too. It is a blend, and it is an Indian, but no, it's I want to think it starts with a B, and I'll tell you what's in it. I actually think maybe there's a little curry in it. It was fennel. I made it in a video, so if you've watched all my videos, you know. Let's see, red chili powder, fennel. Oh, I'm going to have to look it up. I'm sorry. I can see it, but I'm going to have to look it up. Okay, so that's that. And then I just want to give a shout out to the last 4 people who have bought T-shirts from my channel. Only one bought I'm a Dirt Person, and I would love it if you would get one of these I'm a Dirt Person T-shirts. They're way behind the Late Bloomer T-shirt. I know you probably prefer that big tomato right here, but I'd love to sell a few of those too. Let's see. Mark Valerie is a big fan. He also made a small donation in addition. And there's, which they offer, Bonfire offers you the opportunity to make an additional. I'm going to close that. Bonfire, the T-shirt company, offers you an opportunity to make an additional donation when you buy a T-shirt, if you wish. Bree D.M., I hope I said that right, and Marita M. and Victoria C. are the last 4 people, and that's what they show me on a regular basis, the last 4 people who have bought T-shirts. So thank you very much for your support. And if you saw my community page, Gabrielle, who is Gab K Pottery on Instagram, she's the potter that made the original Late Bloomer mug, and she has just finished 6 more mugs. I posted this on my community page. The way I do this, because they are custom, handmade, one at a time, and you'll see from that picture that they're all different, a little bit different. And if the way we do it, because of the way I don't have this mass produced or anything like that, it's not on Etsy. It's just she is making a few at a time, and hopefully I will sell them. My channel makes about $5 out of the $40 donation that you give to my channel through my PayPal link, which Haffy, maybe you can post that. And the $40 goes to her labor, the materials, she makes it, and it includes shipping. So I don't think I know it's more expensive than if you would just go buy some mug in some store like for $12.95 that's mass produced, that comes from you know where. But this is handmade in Phoenix, and you're supporting a local artisan if you buy one of these mugs. Or if you buy a Late Bloomer Garden Collection bracelet from Etsy. Also, she's on Etsy, from Heather, my friend Heather. She's also an artisan, and I'd love it if you would support that, or ask if you're interested. If this is the first time you're hearing about the bracelet, I've had it for years. Okay, so I wanted to, let's see. Okay, I did that. I did that. Oh, when I was talking about longevity, the whole point of this, let's see if I can get some more light in here. It's a whole lot better, but I know that sun is gonna, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll do it this way. There. That's better, I think. About longevity, which brings me to my news. Maybe you noticed on the title, I said big news. Let me just check and see if anybody is. Shasha, I haven't said good morning. Be sure and let everybody know where you're from until we know, until we have it memorized. Jamela is from Trinidad and Tobago. Cumin, yes, is in that. Thank you. That's what I was trying to think of, Jamela. Cumin, it's cumin, chili powder, and of course, I made my own chili powder from my chilies. Clove, cumin, and there's a couple more things in it. Oh, thank you, Jack. Jack has just made a $5 live chat donation. So that's what that dollar sign is below. If you've never been on a live chat, you can give a super chat donation to this channel, and it will be greatly appreciated. Let's see. Good evening from Cambodia. Fantastic. May I call you? Let's see. I'll call you Lay. I think that's the easiest. I don't want to butcher that name. That's a beautiful name. Thank you so much for tuning in from Cambodia. Please let us know what your garden situation is, and also how things are going with the virus in your country, or in your area of country. Yvonne is here. McNaughton, 3 a.m. in New Zealand. Yvonne, mwah! I want to give a big shout out to Yvonne. She just said she wouldn't be up at 3 a.m. for anyone but me on Late Bloomer Channel, and I really appreciate that. I wish I actually do think I would like to move to a high elevation place with a water source in New Zealand and stay there for the rest of my life. You have a wonderful, it seems, from at least what I hear, you have a wonderful, is it president? No, prime minister, I guess. Hi, Susie. Let's see. Susie is writing from, I want to say Georgia. I don't know. Did I get that right? And Audrey is here. Where from, Audrey? Just remind us. Nellie, hi, is remind us where you're from. Let's see. Who else is here? Of course, Denise and Barbara. Good morning from Rhode Island. Thank you. Well, did you say Yvonne? Let's see. I don't know. Oh, somebody else must have said they went to New Zealand. I have never. Oh, Daryl did. Yes. So did my son. My son, I believe that's where he jumped out of an airplane. Yeah. My son Walker jumped out of an airplane in New Zealand. And of course they the people that put on these things have a videographer that videos the whole thing if you want to buy that. And so they get you like in the plane before you jump out. Of course, I would be unconscious at that point, but he wasn't. And he just had this look on his face like that, and then when he went out, he was, I don't know. It was, oh God, it was scary just watching it, but I couldn't do it, I don't think. Spring, Texas, Shashai's in Spring, Texas, just north of Houston. And I remember you saying that last week. Thank you for reminding us. Deborah Lancaster, Deborah from Lancaster, California. Thank you for joining. Florida, Audrey's in Florida. Oh dear. Jack, Jack, Jack keeps trying to get me to move to Maryland. Okay, this won't happen. As much as I love you, Jack, it won't happen because you've sent me all those pictures of all those storms, okay? You shouldn't have sent me all those pictures of all those storms. Mm. Oh, neither have I, Yvonne, but it sounds like a great idea. Karen Brown is here from Central Illinois. Blessings. Karen, did you were we in touch when I was in Illinois making all those videos? Did you see all those videos? I hope you guys will share some of those videos because, especially the America Heartland, you know, I wondered if maybe that was a like a no-no from you know the powers that be that own this channel, and you know, I was just trying to. I mean, that's what you see. You see cornfields, you see soybean fields, you see the occasional truck going by. Did anybody get the connection with that shot? Because I'm a filmmaker who is passionate about gardening and, you know, saving the world, so to speak, in a big generic way, in a big general way. Did anybody ever see Spielberg's very first film when he was starting out? It was a short film. And that's what I was thinking of when I included that shot in that film, America's Heartland. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google Spielberg, see if you can figure it out, and come back next live stream and tell me, because I would love to know. You know, I am making the films that I am making now revolve around gardening and environment and nature and everything. And so I'm not making fiction, thriller, mysteries, or anything like that. But I like to throw a little something in there just to keep people awake. You know, I don't want everything just to be a pretty image with music going by. I like to throw a little something in there, which is why that shot with the car is in there too. So I hope you enjoyed both of those little bits in that film. Let's see. Faithful Diana is here from Colorado. And let's see. Oh, and Nellie is also from Illinois, and Decatur, I don't know. Did we talk about this? Are you in Southern Illinois? This is where I was staying. Thank you, Barbara. Good morning, Joshua. Selena is here. Selena, I was doing a call out for you a while ago, and the regulars on here will attest. I'm going, where is my gal from Queens, New York, with the 300 plants in her apartment? I have not heard from her in a while. And here you are. Good morning. I'm glad you dropped by. How are your plants doing? And have you stayed well? I think I'm caught up on comments. Okay. We have 50 people watching. So all 50 of you have not left a comment. And I know actually some of you who watch are not, some people say if you don't have a channel that you can't comment. I don't really know if that's true. It shouldn't be, but I don't know. I mean, obviously you have to be signed in. I believe you have to be signed in to Google in order to comment, but I don't see why you would need a channel to comment. I hope not. Anyway, now we have 53. So I would love it if you have not left a comment. Say, hi, I am Joe from Buffalo, New York, or I am, let's see, Lida from Iran, or whatever. I would love to know where you're watching from. Connie is here. Connie is here. She does not have a channel and she can comment. So I'm going to have to tell Rhonda. I think Rhonda has, or somebody that I know very well has told me that they weren't able to comment. Okay. Deborah from Lancaster is saying you have to have a Google account like Gmail. Okay. Uh, Connie is in on the big news. So I'm going to get to that very, very soon. Let's see. Wait, I didn't you used to say you're from Mars, Eric? He's kidding. Double Dog Farm is Eric from San Juan Island, Washington. And I believe you're the only person, unless you've got your brother watching, that watches from San Juan Island. Cow country. You know, Yvonne, my son was just up in New York visiting his producers. My son has added to the Thousand Hills Lifetime Grazed grass-fed beef brand probably 50 producers, small and medium size and one large, producers to that brand since he started working there 2 years ago. And he's got producers in Vermont and New York. So he makes a pass up there. He has to visit every one of his producers every year. So his job is traveling, which, of course, as a mother, really worries me during all of this going on, because I just found out, I don't know if I should make this public. I won't. But a very good friend of mine who actually you met, Daryl, got COVID. And I just found this out yesterday, and in July, and he went to the hospital, and this is his report. Okay. And you've all heard reports about hospitals and everything, and I won't go into all that, but he went to the hospital, checked himself in, and was put into the ER, was plugged up on a heart monitor and a IV. And they left him there. And for like an hour, no one came in. And so, meanwhile, the person next to him hadn't been seen either. And he starts yelling, "Hey, hello, come on, I need, help," or whatever. And so they finally show up, and he said, "Unhook me, I'm leaving." And she said, "No, you can't leave." He says, "No, I'm leaving. I can get better service at home." And he went home. And so what has happened is, because of the fear of spreading COVID in hospitals, they didn't take any elective surgeries, or people who had small things are afraid to go. So the hospitals have let staff go, and so now that things are opened back up and they're taking these patients and trying to offer these services, they don't have the staff to cover it. So it's really a crisis. Oh, good, Selena. As long as you've got your plants to care for, whatever your personal crisis, believe me, my plants got me through the huge personal crisis of last year. Last year? Well, let's just say the last year and a half. And, I get so cooped up here because there's a lot of confusion about, I don't know if it's confusion, but a lot of fear and a lot of confusion about whether to wear a mask, whether not to wear a mask. If you've watched my video today that I did with Sharon and Chuck last Sunday, they chose to be wearing masks when I was not able to ask questions to them, interview them with my mask on, because it sounded muffled. So we made an agreement that I would, when I was talking, and I was behind the camera 6 feet away anyway, and we were outside, but they would have their mask on, and vice versa. So we kept going back and forth. So you'll see a couple of times when she had that on, but there's so much confusion here. It's just like, some days I don't even go out of this apartment, and that's not good. Lena is here from Piedmont, Alabama. Let's see. Eric says his brother's pancakes. This is like a Sunday thing for you. Oh, Beatrice, hang on one second. Ed is here from Arizona. Oh, you're already in Arizona? I thought you were going tomorrow. I cannot keep track of you. Kathleen is here from Southeast Michigan. And every time Kathleen tunes in, I think she's in Scotland. So there's somebody that has a similar name. I guess it's not Zimmerman. Actually, I have a very good friend named with a Zimmerman as a last name. Did you know? I didn't mention that, Kathleen, but I do. One of my oldest friends. Let's see. Okay. There is such a difference in the taste of grass-fed beef. You are so right. And it's, you never want to eat conventional beef again. You really don't. I mean, when you first try it, you think, well, it's not as fatty. It's not as, conventional beef has more fat. But guess what? Corn is not a natural food for cows. And conventional beef, cows are put into a feedlot at the end of their life for the last few weeks of their life, and they're fed corn to fatten them up. And all that is USDA certified beef. Oh, it has such a great label. But guess what? All that corn is GMO. Okay, so let's see. Oh, wow. So it is required in Trinidad and Tobago to wear a mask. All I can say, Jamila, is you're so lucky that you have a garden right at your house. Surely you don't have to wear a mask when you're just in your garden, I hope. Time to can tomatoes in Western New York. I'd love to come up there and be a part of that. Beatrice, they will. They will. It's the end of August, and so they're just getting those last tomatoes and squash and everything out, and a lot of that stuff is just going to be pulled out, But don't you remember, Beatrice, when I did the same thing in Late Bloomer Garden? I had, oh gosh, now it's just too bright. This keeps happening. In Late Bloomer Garden, when I let it get into a complete, well, there's a couple of times. It was in 2014 and then again in I think it was 15. No, and then it was 17 again. It just turned into an incredible forest. Hold on. Turn around. Why is it when you get up and in a swivel chair it just turns around? So when you sit back down, it's backwards. Let me see if I had all of this stuff. Okay, so the other thing that's coming up that today I'm working on is the Earth Jam video. I'm going to be doing, we had the Zoom meeting, and Earth Jam is going to take place during when Burning Man, which is a big music festival out in the desert, which I've never been to. But when that's going on, or when that would be going on, which I'm assuming they canceled it, a very industrious, a young musician, youngish female musician that used to teach my son piano is orchestrating this major event, gathering all of these musicians and artists, and she thought of me to give a workshop or something during this 7-day period where they have a platform that's supposed to be able to handle 7 million visitors, 7 million streams. So because I'm going to be traveling and unclear about my connectivity, we decided that I would send her a pre-recorded piece, and then she is scheduling a live Q&A after it plays. so that they can control all of the sound and all of the levels and all of that stuff. So that's what I have to do today. And because I have so much content that's already made, I am going to be pulling from a couple of videos that really talk about how I created a garden in my front yard at my house, and also how, because not everybody has a house, not everybody has a yard, and how I have managed to continue to grow here in this space, all in containers. So I'm going to try to balance those two things, and then we'll and put it together into one video with an intro with me talking about what you're seeing, and then at least this is my plan. I'm going to do all this today somehow because I've got to turn it in before Wednesday. So that's today, and that's called Earth Jam. And I think it's August 30th to September 7th. And you could probably Google that. I'm not sure. And I just wanted to say that, I wanted to give a big, huge shout out to a big donation that came from Hempspend, I believe. Hempspend, no first name, in Milwaukee. There was no note. And so hopefully I'm not supposed to send anything because there was no note. But if you're listening to this and you sent that donation, I want to thank you very, very much. And if I owe you some merchandise, like the mug or something, you need to let me know because there was no note. Okay, so now I just want to take. So here's the segue. So the longevity. I'm going to need this because I found a property online literally yesterday. I was going to not look at listings yesterday because that's the reason it took me a week to get out a video, because I shot that with Sharon and Chuck last Sunday. I was going to have that out on Monday. Every single day I got pulled into looking online for properties and so forth. And I never managed to get that done until yesterday. I said, I stayed up till midnight getting that done. At any rate, I said in the morning, I'm just going to go right to my computer and start editing. And because I stand up over there and it's better for my back if I'm going to be editing for 8-9 hours. And so, by the way, standing desk is great. I'll just put that out there. But when I came in here at like 6 or 7 in the morning, I just said, well, just let me check my email. And there was an email from Trulia, I don't know, .com, which is a listings place like Zillow. And I just checked the latest listings for Putnam. I have it set for Putnam County, Cookeville area, and which is not too far from Daryl and Denise, and 1 seat away from Harvest. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, yeah, that's great. Let's see. Well, I won't be back in a week, but anyway, we'll hopefully get together. Let's see. Jen Poop, no, I won't be doing a tomato report for 2020 because I only had a handful of volunteer tomato plants. I think there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's only 6 or 7 plants out there. And they don't all have a tomato on them. And so you really can only do a tomato report when you can go out in the garden and have several varieties with a ripe tomato all at once. And so probably not. But I have those on my channel if you want to go back and watch them. I'd really appreciate it. Good morning, Lori Lumax from Canada. So How to Garden, good morning. Yeah, that's Teresa from Ramona. Let's see. So I just sat down for a minute to look at my email, and I saw that there was, I thought it was same old because it's just an email with like 6 listings. And then I thought, wait a minute, I don't think I've seen that one. And so I opened it up, and it had just been on, it was the second day. So I missed it the day before, and it looked really good online. And I thought I might be able to make this work. Be a lot of work, but I thought I might be able to make it work. And so my boots on the ground, Daryl and Denise, filed a report. They went and met with the owner. It's out in the country. It's 3 acres. It's an old house and a barn, and the barn is newer. The barn is not one of these old, as I've seen over and over and over, one of these old falling down barns that they used for cows or something. This was more of a workshop barn. And so I actually signed a contract yesterday, and I'm putting down a deposit tomorrow without seeing it, which I know is ill-advised. However, the price is so good, I feel like that if I didn't do that, I'd probably lose out. And the deposit is only 1%, so I'm taking the chance. So I'll be there on Wednesday, and I know that the place is wired for really high-speed internet, but I think because the owner's not currently living there, that he's just stopped that contract or something, because he keeps telling me when he goes there he doesn't have any internet. So if it's possible to do a live stream next this coming Wednesday, let's see, that would be 6 p.m. Yeah, the same time, 4 p.m. my time would be 6 p.m. This is in Tennessee, by the way. And so, which is where the majority of my family is, except for my sons. And so that's all I'm going to say about it right now, because I haven't seen it. And but they did, and it needs a lot of work. So if I can get some good help, I could make this work. And I wouldn't be that far from you, Rebecca Poznansky. Why aren't you using your other moniker today? Food Forest Next Door. Just curious. How to Garden, can you remind everybody where you are? Good morning, Kevin from Big Wave Flaw. I'm so glad you tuned in. I'm going to be on for 23 minutes. Kevin, let's get this straight. I want you to send me an email. Did you send me an email? Because I didn't get it. latebloomershow.com/contact. And all you do is just put in your email address, leave a message. Hey, Kaye, just connecting, and I'll write you back. Okay? So I can find out what was going on and all that stuff. Romesa, I don't know if I've said that right. Remind us where you're writing from. Thank you so much for tuning in again. And if you're talking about, I haven't heard of Tomato Fest, Jen, but here we have, I'm not sure where you're located. Where are you located? Did you say? I don't think you said where you're located. Oh, Gina, I missed you. Hey, Gina, thanks for tuning in. Yvonne says, we have 3 grass-fed beef and pork and goats here. Oh my goodness. You have all of that on your place, or you have access to that in New York? You're in New York, right? Kathleen, that's very funny. Kathleen said, I'm older than dirt. Barbara, thanks for asking. I'm going to answer you in just a second. Let me see. I missed some other Good morning from Muggy Hot Phoenix. Got our first monsoon Thursday night finally. Oh, some relief. I don't know how you've stuck all that heat out. Okay, just another reminder for everybody to go and please watch my video today. Help me get back on track. My views have really sagged because I didn't post a video all week, and the last two videos were not shared by the company that owns this channel. The company that streams this channel. No, the company that we work for. I'm just trying not to say any words like that. So, let's see. Barbara asked about my mother. My mother is still alive, and I'm going to see her when I go. And she is going to have a big birthday on the 12th. So I'm going to be sticking around for that. And if you're curious about Lyndon is holding her own. She is not regular, if you know what I'm saying. And so I'm trying to get her regular before I leave because I'm not taking her. That's another thing I have to do today is get somebody to take care of her. But there is a person who lives downstairs who does that for a living. So, so Connie, while I was on the phone yesterday with a friend, Connie sent a link for one of the homestead channels she follows, which is Appalachia Homestead, I think by Patera. I haven't watched that, but they're selling their homestead and moving to another homestead. And she sent me the link for the house. It's an old, very old house on a hill in Appalachia. I guess the front porch looks out over North Carolina or something. The view is to die for, and the front porch is to die for, and all of that. I'm not going to have that. But there are some very appealing things about the property that I am going to visit. So I will be sure and keep you all posted on that. Okay. Real Mesa, did you tell everybody where you're writing from? And then Jen, in terms of Tomato Fest, what we have here in the Los Angeles area is something called Tomato Mania. It's the same thing. And I did a video at Tomato Mania, it was probably season 3 of Late Bloomer. So if you go back, all the videos that I did during the Late Bloomer are so easy to find because there's only 20 for the whole year, for the whole season. And it's in one of those. And they shot it up in the gardens up in Pomona. Okay, who do we have here? Let's see. Really? Rebecca, are you kidding? Okay, this is what I'm going to need, everybody. I'm going to need if this deal goes through, I'm going to need a finished carpenter. I'm going to need, and I only want reliable people. Finished carpenter. I'm going to need a sewer person. I'm going to need painter. And what else? I need the first thing I need is gutters. Got to do that first, and then go from there as to how to resolve a certain issue. But yeah, I mean, there's potential there. If I wanted to spend the money and the time, I could really turn that place into something very, very sweet. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. Hang on. Let's see. Okay. No, I don't know Tomato Fest or Gary Ibsen, but it's probably the same kind of thing. Yeah, Kevin, right. My gut told me not to let it get away from me. So that's all my my gut told me. When I see it, I may go, I can't do this by myself. Now, Vanita is incredible at managing and micromanaging workers to bring about a great result. And she said she would be willing to come over. She's got animals and somebody she cares for, looks in upon and takes care of. So she could only come for 2 weeks, and she would have to make sure that those bases were covered. But I would love to have her there, just pointing the finger and going, do this, do that, do this, do that, and, but the question is, how do you bring all the force? It's not like a movie where everybody says, okay, on October the 10th, we have a shoot in Burbank and we're all going to be at Studio 6 at 6 a.m. and we're going to work until we break, whether it's overtime or not. And the shoot is going to last for 2 weeks. It's not like that, where you have all of your people hired and they all come in and they all get everything done. I'm going to have to find these individual people, and they're not all going to be there on the same day. So, if I get new cabinets built, I can't paint them that day. So, yeah, I don't know how I can really utilize that offer, but I really want her help. Okay, let's see. I know it's not going to be far from you at all, Rebecca. Glenda Skelton. Gwenda, I'm so sorry. I have a very good late bloomer friend named Glenda. That's why I said it by accident. Gwenda, where are you writing from? 1 seed away from harvest, you have inspection. Yes. Yeah, there's a spring on the property, and I didn't realize I had to check my water rights. But, I guess they'd know that at the courthouse, right? Thank you, Beatrice. Hey, Swetha. I'm your aunt. Are you writing from India by any chance, or are you in Pakistan? I can't remember. I'm trying to think of the name of the spice blend that is so popular in India. No one has come up with it yet. Well, you're obviously not in India if you want to come help me. But I need help. I need volunteers and I need help. And you could be featured on the Late Bloomer channel, but I don't know how I could pay everybody. That's the problem. Because it's going to be Florida. How to Garden is in Florida. Hey, Sticks. Thank you. Oh, I see. Okay. Let's see. Jerry, where are you writing from? Thank you so much. Swetha, you can come and help. You just have to buy your own plane ticket and bring a sleeping bag. Let's see. And I will, anybody that comes and works for free, I will feed. Just like on a movie set. If you volunteer to work on a movie set, then you have to feed them. So I will do that. Let's see, Swetha, what is the spice blend that is so popular in India, which includes fennel, cumin, chili pepper, and clove? I think it starts with a B. I can't think of it. A late bloomer festival. Okay, that's happening in October. Everybody, let me know who can come to Middle Tennessee. I guess that's still considered Middle Tennessee in October. At any point in October, I'll put a sign-up sheet on my website. Now, where will I put that? If you're serious, send me an email at latebloomershow.com/contact. You would have to bring a raincoat and some boots. And I don't mean tennis shoes, I mean boots. You know, boots like up to, so you don't get, chiggers and whatever. And I need a somebody with a bush hog and a mower. I have to get a mower, and zero turn mowers cost a fortune, I hear. So all of these things have to happen. So I will accept all and every help, and all you have to do is send me your email and let me know how you can help, either by donations or coming and helping or whatever. Let's see. Wow. Can you believe my mother learned to sew on a Singer treadle sewing machine? And I don't know whatever happened to that. It's long gone. I had a Singer sewing machine that I bought. It was from the 60s, and I sewed so many clothes on that. Oh my gosh. And then I just picked up a more modern one at some point. Sewed so many things on that. Then I bought a 1940s at a white sale, or whatever you call those. Somebody was selling everything out of their house after they passed away. And I picked up this beautiful Art Deco 40s walnut sewing machine case with the drawers that the drawers just went in. You know how you struggle with drawers. Oh, these drawers just went in and out. So beautiful. And it had a home sewing machine, which I guess is the brand from Sears, maybe. I'm not sure. A home sewing machine. It was very industrial looking, packed in it. But it folded away. It was a beautiful piece of furniture with a matching chair, walnut. And can you believe I couldn't sell that? And I couldn't bring it with me. And that would be so perfect in this place. This is a very old house. I have no furniture other than my bed and a dresser and a rocking chair. That's it. Oh, and a library table. My grandmother's library table. That's at least, that's probably, well, yeah. Well, it's close to 100 years old, probably. And that's it. I don't have any other furniture. I mean, nothing. So it'll be interesting. I'm not taking my mid-century modern furniture from my mother to this house. It's just not appropriate. Let's see. Okay, Beatrice is gone. No, Kevin, Kaye at latebloomershow.com. Yeah, you left out the show. I don't know where that went, but I hope you didn't put any personal information in it. Please confirm that you just heard what I said. Let's see. New Jersey, the beautiful state of New Jersey. And Brian from Jersey, Brian's Jersey Garden is on. Okay. Gina is sending me on Messenger the 2 best mower brands made right now. John Deere is American made and the other is Swedish made. And Connie is sending me the link for another cute place in Tennessee. I'm just curious. Yeah, I looked at that yesterday, or day before, Connie. Yeah, this is a much better property than that. Let's see. Karen, I have 4 families we know moving somewhere in Tennessee to homestead together. You can always leave your job. I mean, you can, You might be worse off, but you can always leave. Let's see. Swetha, you keep saying hi, but you never answer my question. What is the spice blend that is so popular in India? Okay, good morning, Matt from Boise. How is it there? I'd like to know. I haven't heard from my son. How's the virus situation in Boise, Matt? Can you tell me? Charlie baby, good morning. Haven't heard from you in a while. And Charlie baby is writing from, remind everybody where you are. I know, but I forgot. Sister Marcel's Backyard Garden. Good morning, everyone from Southern Maryland. Awesome. Daryl, you could be right. You could be right. Okay, good. Let's see. Not using a realtor, Connie. Yeah, saving the money on that. The seller was, it's for sale by owner as is. You know what I'm saying? I always get scared when I read as is, and they confirmed my greatest fears. Hi, Joe and Linda from Cincinnati. Cincinnati pals. How are you today? Thank you so much for tuning in. 77 people. Is this a record? Only 49 of these. If you could take a moment, if you're on mobile, to hop off the chat, the live stream, and hit that like button and get back on, that would be awesome. And if you've just gotten on late, I covered all these ways, all these shout outs in the beginning to people who are supporting this channel, and all these ways that you can support this channel too, if you just go back and watch. And I would really appreciate it if you did. Well, I'm a pretty good subcontractor, so I can do that, but save money on that. But I need to be over there. So British Virgin Islands. Oh my gosh, how is it there? Did everything get rebuilt after the horrible, horrible, devastating hurricane? I'm just wondering. I had someone that lived there, and their house was destroyed. And they managed to get off the island. It was really so awful and scary. That's true, Debbie from Lancaster, California is saying. Now, sometimes I just instantly remember where people are from, like Jamila and Deborah from Lancaster, California. I instantly remember that, but it's rare. Yeah, I don't know. There is a spring on the property, and I want to make sure that's mine. No, Kathleen. Somebody Google that before I go out of my mind. It's not curry. Curry is the more popular, widely known one, but this is not as widely known. And I don't think curry has clove in it, but I'm not sure. Okay, the title company should know. CCR would be what? It should have CCR rights. CC rights. What is CCR? And there's no easements. I mean, it's not. I looked at many properties that had easements, and Daryl was saying, he cautioned me against those kind of properties, because you've always got to like the person that's giving you the easement that you're driving by every time. I saw so many properties like that. And the reason this has happened over and over and over, I've seen it hundreds of times, is sometimes a property starts out kind of like that. From the overview, it's like that. And then you'll see, and it has this notch like a keyhole underneath. And I go, how did a property ever get like that? Well, the obvious answer is the owner said, I'm selling out. I'm older, going to Florida. No, I'm older. I'm selling the property, need the money, whatever. Don't feel like farming anymore. Sells off all the land around the house, keeps the little 3 to 5 acres around the house. And then you own this thing that's around this thing. And it's just awkward. And then a lot of times you've got to have an easement that goes right by, one of them I saw had an easement that went right by their house to access the property. And I'm just going, nah, no, this property's not like that. It has a road that's about a third, a road that curves like, well, it curves like that from your view. It curves like that. And it's about a third of the way around the property. And then at the top, it's kind of like that. So, and there's a spring at the back. I think it's a wet weather creek, but also a spring, according to Daryl. Going on Daryl's judgment. Oh my gosh, that would be incredible, Rebecca. You got a sleeping bag. You got a son. I know you must have a sleeping bag. Thank you, Barbara. Yes, thank you, Romesa. Thank you. I don't know why I thought it started with a B. It's garam masala. Some people pronounce it one way. It's garam masala. Or it could be masala. Garam masala. And I made it in a video, and I will try to find, well, you guys are not going to go back and watch this live stream again, but okay, it's 9:00. Thank you so much for coming up with that. That was driving me crazy. Yes, it's garam masala. Yaniris in Encarnacion, good morning, and remind everybody where you are. I know you were on my Zoom that we did. 15 of us did a Zoom, and I know you were on that, and we really haven't communicated much since then. Okay, thank you so much. 1 seat away from harvest. Yeah, since I don't have a realtor just handling all this stuff, I have to kind of get educated about everything. Don, fantastic. Work week at the Late Bloomer Homestead. You know, I'm going to need that right away. Has anybody got a bush hog and a tractor and a zero turn mower? I think those are the first things we have to do. And I need a gutter company to come. Yeah. Yeah, well, there's some things I got to fix on the house too, Kevin. That's why I've got to get the gutters, because there's some water going under the house. I want that to stop. Remington, hello. You just caught us at the end, unless you're just saying hi. Anime Geek. No, it's not slow for me. It's just that I take too much time answering them, Anime. I'm sorry. Yes, Connie, it is. Let's see. Oh, wow. Do you want to keep it, Rebecca? I'm assuming you do. Let's see. Yes, Barbara, the first thing I need is somebody with a tractor and a bush hog. And I'm hoping, like you say, like somebody said, there's a neighbor that can help me out. Let's see. That is the correct address, and I will just make sure I check. You know, I've had email problems like we all do, but I will check. Cynthia, hurry. Thank you. Where are you writing from? Tikka masala. That might be a different version of garam masala, but I was thinking of garam masala. 75 people. We did have 77 a minute ago. Yes, I think it's awesome. Anime, where are you writing from? It is garam masala. It only took me about an hour to come up with it. Let's see. Kathleen, the ingredients of garam masala are hot chili powder, clove, fennel, cumin, and I believe I put in mustard seed. Yeah, pretty sure I put in mustard seed. Or was it coriander? I remember little round It could be coriander. Yeah, it's probably coriander. But I have a video on that. If you look up, I don't know, can't remember. I've done so many videos. Michigan, Charlie Baby's in Michigan. That's right. You are beautiful. I just downsized into an apartment not far from Late Bloomer Garden 1.0, sold the house. Long story, but that's the short version, and have been searching for where to go and what to do next. And a lot of it is predicated upon what's going on in the world and in this country, and the fact that I have family in Tennessee. So that's where my search is been centered. However, I've also looked at Missouri because I met some wonderful people at the Homestead conference, some of which live in Missouri. And if I could have bought a piece of property right next to Doug and Stacy, I would have done that. But there was nothing available anywhere close to them. Because Doug has a mill now, and I texted him last night and said, that I was doing this, and he once again, said, hey, you should let me build you a house out of Missouri oak, which I would love to do. And if this property had another acre, I would put another house on it and let him build it. But it doesn't. So, and this house is historic, so I think it's worth saving, and going to work on that. Okay, with all of your help. So anyway, you are beautiful. I'm still right here in Santa Monica for now. Good morning, Diana from Georgia checking in. What? You're telling me this now, Diana? Does he want to sell 10 acres of it that has one of the waterfalls to Late Bloomer? I'm serious. Would he? Because the closer to Nashville, the better for me. What county is he in? Although the taxes are high in Williamson and Davidson County, higher. Oh, I'm so jealous. Diana, you make me crazy. I can still get out of this, I'm serious, Diana. If there's any chance of that, please send me an email at kaye@latebloomershow.com. And I just said that out loud, but anyway. Let's see. Gurin. Shyam Vijay. I don't know if I sound that right. Vija. Is it Vijay? Oh, what is Vija? Are you Indian? I remember my hero, Vandana Shiva. She was talking about Vija, which is that life? Does that mean life? Vija. I have that in one of my videos. I have her voice recorded over an animation that I did. I used to spend so much time on my videos and money on my videos with animations and this thing and that thing. And I did this beautiful seed animation where this seed comes down and it goes in the ground and it blooms out. And it has Vandana Shiva's voiceover, her voiceover that I recorded her at the National Heirloom Expo. And she was talking about Vija, which Shyam, maybe you can tell me. Okay, so I'm going to try to pronounce that correctly. Gurhan masala. Gurhan masala. Did I get that right? It's interesting you should say that, Remington, because I'm looking at another property that has a cemetery in the corner of the property. And I'm assuming that I believe cemeteries have to be separately deeded. I was looking into that because I was thinking that I might do a green burial property when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, because I think there are a lot of people that would appreciate having access to a green burial site. There are green burial sites in 13 states, I believe, or 23 states, 13 or 23 states. There is a council for green burial. And so, and they're all different. Some are parks that you can walk, that the public can walk through, and some are not. And they're all different. They're all kinds. You know, you can be buried under a tree. You know, it's really fascinating. And I only had this on my mind because I just heard from my niece, and she said my mother is doing fine. Uh, and I was thinking about this because, of course, my mother has all of her burial preparations set in stone for a long time, literally set in stone. And you have the concrete vault, and then you have the metal casket that goes in it, and then you're sealed up and everything. And plus they put embalming fluid in your body, and it's just like, I don't know how you feel about all that. It's just such a big subject, but you know, of course, for my mother, there was no question. So, but for me, there is a question. And so I was even thinking about that. So I did a little research on that. You have a cookie recipe for garam masala. It's amazing. Eric, are you telling me that someone said what it was 30 minutes ago and I missed the comment? I'm sorry. Yes, Yaniris, you're in Boston. Oh my God, I just heard something about Massachusetts that was not good. Not good at all. What's going on in Massachusetts? Be very careful. Yeah, well, I have an inspector supposedly coming on Wednesday and meeting me there. Okay, what have I missed? Let's see. Thank you, Eric. Ground cumin, ground coriander, cardamom. I forgot that one. Black pepper. Yes, it had more than 5 ingredients. You're right. Ground cinnamon, ground cloves, and nutmeg. But in addition to that, I put in a chili pepper. I know I did. So maybe I took that for granted. Let's see. Okay. All right, good. Yeah, the name change. Speaking of the name change, Daryl, I thought of, what about Kaye the Converted Prepper Homestead? I like that. Kaye the Converted Prepper Homestead. Think about it. In fact, everybody can submit a name. Well, you might want to wait until you see it, but it's going to be a homestead. And I'm going to try to make it I'm going to try to make it so that I can live off the grid if I need to. That's my goal. So, but I mean, it's only 3 acres, and one of the acres is the house in the front yard. So the other 2 acres is the barn, the driveway, and the pens and the field. So, can I grow enough food to feed myself? I don't know. At any rate, let's see. Oh, you're planting tomatoes now in August. That's just awesome. Yaniris, you'll have to go back and listen. I'm actually going to look at it on Wednesday. So it's not for sure yet, but let's see. I'm already over 13 minutes. I'm going to see if there's any other comment that I need. Oh, shoot, Diana, that's sad. Kimmy, you almost missed me. Thank you for tuning in. Please go back and watch the live stream. I feel like it was a good one. Does everybody feel like this was a good live stream? I hope so. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's see. Valery from Primorsky Krai Vladivostock. I think that must be Russia. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure because you tuned in before. Valery. Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? In the Jewish faith, they don't embalm. Everyone goes into a shroud and a wooden box. Everyone from kings to paupers are equal in burial, as it should be, I think, right? No, no pyramids or, okay. Yeah, don't worry, I'm not, Daryl. Hot mess homestead. That's that has a nice ring to it. Rebecca. Let's see. Yes. Masala. Yes, it's masala, not marsala. Oh, there's nothing simple. There's nothing going to be simple about this country life with the late bloomer. Not until it gets, it's going to be, I need so much help. And I need people who are good carpenters. I need a gutter. I need sewer. I need bush hog. I need a zero turn mower. There's a lot I need. Let's see. Okay. Okay, people are tuning out, and so my Eastern Russia, near China and North Korea. That is just amazing that you found my channel, and I'm so happy, and I hope you'll go back and watch the beginning. 77 of you watching right now. That's so exciting. Please hit that like button when you get off, and stay well, and we'll talk about that later. Well, Diana, don't even tell me about it if he won't sell. But hey, maybe he would sell 10 acres to late bloomer. Why don't you ask him? Okay? Be closer to my family. What? 85? Where did you see 85? I only see 78. If there were 85, I appreciate every single 79. I appreciate every single one of you that has tuned in. No, I don't want him to move. I just want 10. I want 1/6 of his property. That's all. I don't need the whole 60 acres. I just need one nice 10-acre thing with a waterfall on a hill far away. No, just okay. Well, anyway, keep the idea open. Wait, Connie, where's your husband? Oh my gosh. Where, Connie, remind me where you are. Connie just said her husband is a finished carpenter. I would love him to work on my place. See, what I would love, I'll just tell you quickly, because it's such an old house, and I have a feeling the cabinets are not original, and they've been painted, and I don't like the way they look. So I was thinking of just ripping all of that out and putting in something that looks, obviously it's new, but it would look authentic. And that's why I need a really good finished carpenter. I don't want to go to IKEA and, put some cabinets on the wall. I don't know. I don't know if IKEA sells cabinets. Maybe they don't. But when I did the reconstruction of my house, not the reconstruction, the renovation, of the kitchen and den and deck and everything on my house, I used the majority of the cabinets, not the majority, I said half the cabinets were glass front. which makes a kitchen seem so much bigger than it is. This is not a big kitchen. It's an old farmhouse. Old, old, old. In fact, it's a log house with a skin on it, inside and out. So you can't see the logs, but that's what's underneath. That's what I'm hoping, Daryl. Yeah, but will the Amish carpenters know what I'm going to have to get a picture or something, and figure it out. Okay, thank you so much for watching and sharing my almost good news. And I really appreciate all of you and all of your support. If you can't make a financial support for this channel by buying a mug or a T-shirt or a bracelet or make a donation at all, then please be sure to share this channel with a whole bunch of friends, because I want to spread the word as much as I can to inspire people to grow their own food, live sustainably, take care of Mother Earth, and take care of their own food security. There's never been a time in all of our lives when that is more critical than right now. So God bless you and have a great week and stay safe. Yeah, that's maybe an issue, Eric. We'll find out.